Welcome to Cyborg Hans. This year we decided to do Pirates of the Caribbean, and as part of that, in this video I'm going to show you how to make the faux stones that we used to make the facade of this jail cell. First, let's get all the tools ready for us to build our frame for this facade. After a quick review of the plans, we'll go ahead and start laying out, measuring, marking our wood, and making all the cuts necessary. So I've sped this up a little bit, not showing every cut, but I just wanted to demonstrate the number of cuts we have to do here with the miter saw. And once all the cutting is complete, we move on to the joins. So I like to use pocket hole joinery for my facades on these 1x4s. So you just put the jig, clamp it on the end of your material, and you drill out the two screw holes that form the pockets that the special pocket hole screws then go into. Now it's time to lay out all the cut material. So I find a nice flat surface like my patio concrete pad and lay out all the pieces how they're going to go. Get some wood glue and the pocket hole screws, and I'm ready to join those together. Starting with putting the holes in, the screws into the holes, getting them pre-positioned, putting a small bead of glue, and then join the two pieces of wood together. And when I got it right how I like it, I'll go ahead and secure it with the two screws. After securing all the joints with the pocket hole screws, I bring my two mirrored sides out and I lay out my piece of plywood. What I'm going to do here is mark for the opening of my jail cell for the arch. So I do that by improvising a compass, kind of like you did when you were with a kid, but instead of a little metal device, you're going to actually use a string. So I'm cutting this to 3 foot because that's the size of the arch I want to cut out. There I am, marking it, and we're going to go ahead and cut out those openings. And here's the complete facade once I've cut the arch out. Now moving into the garage, we're going to look at the jail cell assembly. So this is the top and bottom rails that are going to fit inside there, and I'm going to drill out holes for some PVC pipe. And I stack all the rails together at the same time and drill once, so I'm guaranteed to have all the holes line up when I'm assembled it and get ready to slide the PVC pipe in that's going to act as the bars for this jail cell. And as you can see, lines up perfectly at the top and middle, and slide the camera in here, lines up at the bottom. Here we are, all complete, all the bars put in. Now it's time to start on the faux stone. So we have an 1.5 inch thick foam board from your home improvement store. It's usually a pink. And now I take my electric hot knife that's going to cut through this with a lot less mess than a regular saw. So first we'll cut out the main arch. This is essentially just traced off the opening that was cut into the wood facade, and like a hot knife through foam, makes it pretty easy cutting. And here it is after we cut out that first arch, and now we can start cutting the individual stone pieces out. And by marking them and cutting them this way, they're guaranteed to fit back together after we're ready to attach it to the facade. And I kind of use an angle cut technique to go around the edges and kind of give it a stone worked or weathered look on the edge. It kind of makes it look a little bit more authentic rather than just a bunch of chunks of foam. This is what kind of gives it the detail to make it look like stone. Now that we have the arch complete, I'm moving on to the square blocks that are going to make up the main part of the wall above the arch. And again, I marked it out with a Sharpie on the foam, cut it out, and I'll go ahead and weather the edges here. And after that, I experimented with how to give the stone some weathered or some tooling marks on it, so I think that turned out fairly well. And here's it all laid out. Now we've mixed up some Flex Bond to hard coat all this foam. If you want to see more details about how to make this hard coat, please check out my DIY Hocus Pocus Halloween build, part 1, which is the Sanderson Sister House build, where I went into a little more detail about this hard coat. Once I've completed the field, now I have to go back and complete the hard coat on this arch. And here we are, all completed, everything with the hard coat, and I think that's turned out pretty good. Now, the last detail I wanted to add was a little bit of more definition in the joints between the blocks. And I think that adds a little bit more contrast, especially since this is going to be viewed at night. And here we are under some lighting, as I have it mocked up in the garage, and I think that's turned out pretty good. Time to move out to the front yard and assemble. So I bring it out in the 3 modular pieces, join it all together, and there we go. We have our faux rock or faux stone jail cell for our DIY Pirates of the Caribbean build. So if you've liked what you've seen in this video and you want to learn some more, please check out my website, cyborghaunts.com, where I have links to more videos, DIY builds, and I'll be posting additional content this year as I continue to edit the videos about the pirate ship build and what it's going to look like on Halloween night.